A lot of my clients, even all over the world, have asked me, how do I deal with fear? When I say that, they're not asking me how do they deal with fear. They're asking me, Brian, how do you deal with fear? And I think it's a really, really good question because number one, I don't really deal with fear. I have studied many, many years to understand, what is fear. So first of all, I think it all starts with understanding what is fear. Well, fear is an emotion, right? It's a mental program triggered in your subconscious mind from an environmental stimulus, whether that's loss of a job, loss of a loved one, economy crash, COVID, right? These are all physical environmental stimuluses. And I've learned over a period of about 11 years now to process things as exactly that. Now that may sound very cold, but it's actually not cold. It's just very, very aware, right? So first of all, if we want to change something or understand something, we need to study it and get to the foundation. Most times people are living in a reactive state to the environment, which triggers fear, triggers a mental program. So first of all, let's understand what fear is. It's an emotion in your subconscious mind that you allow to be triggered by an environmental stimulus, something out there. Maybe you take a six-figure loss in trading, which I've done before. Maybe you take a business hit, $500,000 business hit, which I've done before. Maybe you get divorced, which I've done multiple times before, right? But I've learned over the years to study the mind, right? The conscious, the subconscious, the body, understanding what we call God, universal intelligence, these universal laws, things like cause and effect. So I've just learned through study to understand what fear is, and fear is an emotion that we can, I don't know if you can eliminate it. I have not eliminated it. I've processed it and got it down to be such an insignificant part that it doesn't, number one, it doesn't stay for long, right? If something triggers this, I understand what it is. I take out our little stick man, our little mind map, and I look at what's going on in my body, right? It's negative thinking about something based on an environmental stimulus. Now, losing six figures is not a negative thing unless you don't learn the lesson, right? It's a necessary thing on the path to 7, 8, and 9 figures usually. Usually we're gonna have some setbacks, or I wouldn't even call them setbacks, I would just call them lessons, paying for education, right? So when we learn to process this stuff, we can greatly reduce, if not eliminate, fear. So I don't deal with fear in the first place. I process it, right? I don't react, I respond. If I find that something triggers fear, it must mean that I have negative thinking towards something. So then I'm going to say, okay, what is that something? Whether it's a relationship, my health, finances, somebody in my company, one of our clients, what is the thing? And then I look to see if I can enhance or change whatever that relationship is, whatever's causing it. And if I can't, then I look to say, okay, what's the lesson, right? I let go and let God. You harvest the good and forgive the rest, and then you move on. It is what it is, and it's done. So I don't let, or I work towards not letting whatever that thing is continue to fester and continue to cause my vibration to tank going forward. Does that make sense? So unfortunately, or maybe not unfortunately, I should say fortunately, it takes a tremendous amount of study to get to a level of awareness where you really no longer have what people call fear, and you certainly don't deal with it. You process it. And that can only be done through study. And that's one of the things we teach here in the Matrix, whether you're in the Mindset Masters or all the way up in Elite 100. We teach people understanding the subconscious mind, understanding what the mental programs are, whether it's fear or faith, understanding how to modify or change those, and understanding how to consistently increase your level of awareness through study. So that might be kind of in depth. Hopefully it helps. And hopefully you can take something away from this, because in some way, somehow, you need to, number one, learn what's causing you to trigger the emotion of fear, right? This doesn't cause fear. This will cause you to trigger a mental program cause fear. So we can change that mental program, and we can show you guys how to do that. So hopefully that helps. That's what I do. I process the information just like anything else through study and through studying the mind map and understanding myself. All right, so hopefully that helps. Until next time, be well. God bless and have a great day.